All right, welcome. Today we're gonna make a beat like Turnover. Like a dream pop, indie rock, indie pop. That's what this website says in front of me. It's gonna be super simple. Just guitar, drums, bass. That's pretty much it. All right, so step one, get a guitar. I think they use like a Jazz Master. I don't have a Jazz Master. I have a Stratocaster. Yeah, I think anything with single coils is going to sound good. But besides that, everything's going to go all DI'd and it's all going to go into Amplitude 5. I was listening to some Turnover and pretty much basing some patches, some presets based on their music, which if you guys want them, I'll put them in the description. They're actually really, really easy to make. This is pretty much the whole patch. It's just a compressor going into a chorus, going into some reverb, going into a jazz chorus amp, going into just these two cabs I randomly chose. Well, I guess this cab is the jazz chorus cab. And then there's what is this, a tube compressor and an optical compressor. It's not too hard, and they're pretty much all the same. I got 3 of them. This one's just has some overdrive on it because it's the rhythm guitar, and this one's just got a little more reverb on it because it's the reverb lead. Pretty simple, you can make it yourself, but I'll put it in the description if you need it. So, first step, we gotta play some open chords, some melancholic sort of stuff. You can even tune to an open tuning, that might really help as well. I'm not going to. But it's the same sort of thing. Open chords, melancholic, sad, just like longing for someone chords. Does that make sense? I don't even have a chord progression in mind, so let's just figure something out. So I'm going to go ahead and pan it all the way right, or maybe almost all the way right. I don't want to double it and pan it left and right to make it wide. I want to make it sound more indie, more like it was recorded in a room. So I'm going to do one guitar part on the right, one guitar part on the left, and then a bass. And honestly, the mix is going to be mainly bass. Mainly bass, mainly drums, not even that many guitars. So yeah, I'm going to hop back into Amplitude, and I'm going to choose what's the next one we have? We have chorusy lead, and we've got the chorusy rhythm. There we go. All right. All right, there's the second part. Super simple. All right, so as you can see here, I noted that the intro. So we're pretty much going to duplicate this and make this a verse. Super simple. Then we got to come up with the pre-chorus, we got to come up with the chorus, and then after that, the guitar will be done, more or less. There's probably going to be like a couple lead parts here and there that I'm going to add, but for now, we'll just focus on the pre-chorus. All right, we got the pre-chorus, which is just this right here. Still very basic, and the chorus. Add one more lead with the last preset we have, which I believe is the reverb lead. All right, and we got this. So all we got to do is just set it to a reverb that we've got going on. I'm just going straight into a Valhalla vintage reverb. There we go. We got our drown and reverb feel that the Turnover guys have. Well, at least in Peripheral Vision, which is, by the way, what I'm basing this beat off of, because I think that is the quintessential Turnover album. Anyway, I know I said I was going to go to bass. I'm actually going to go to drums instead, just because drums are a little more fun for right now. So I'm going to throw on Superior Drummer 3 because the core library sounds really, really good with this style of beat. I usually go for the George Massenburg stuff, maybe like a Ludwig Classic or a Yamaha. I haven't decided yet. I think I'm going to go either that or the Gretsch as well. So let's just figure it out. I'm going to work on some drum beats, just some regular, like, stuff like that. The only thing I really changed is I chose the Ludwig Classic, and I just brought the Ambience Rubin microphone up, just for some room. That microphone. I'm going to go for the Fame Studio reverb, the room one from T-Rex. And yeah, let's see if I can figure out how it works, because this is like my, I think, first or second time using it. We kind of just want something like that, not actually too crazy. I'm going to throw a vintage verb on. I'm just going to try and be as careful as I can with it. I don't want to get it very muddy. That's kind of the sweet spot right there. Beautiful. All right, time to get a bass out. I lied, actually. It's going to be a VST bass. It's going to be Contact, actually. There's, I think, 3 basses I've got. The J bass, the pre-bass, and the M bass. I haven't really decided which one I like the most. I think I'm just going to go with the J bass. It's the one I use the most. And then I'll throw that through an actual amp simulator to make it sound a little real. All right, I got the bass all drawn out. I know what you're thinking. Wow, VST bass is very boring and very robotic. Yeah, but Ableton 12's actually got this new, humanize button and randomize button. So let's do that. I'm going to randomize it just a slight bit so that the attack notes are higher for this section anyway. And then I'm going to humanize it, which, I don't know, like 10, 14%. There we go. Maybe not that much. Yeah, it'll sound better with some compression as well. I'm going to throw it directly into an LA2A. The theory behind the LA2A going into the amp is I want to average out the signal going into it so it doesn't fluctuate with overdrive and harmonics in the amplifier. It really doesn't matter that much. You can put an LA2A afterwards. I just prefer to do it before, just to get a smoother signal going into the amplifier. Now the CLA2A always boosts your signal, so make sure it is similar by A-Bing it, making sure the level is the same. I'm going to shoot for around 3 to 5 dB of gain. Actually, not even that much, maybe 2 to 3. Yeah. And then for the amp, I'm going to throw it into the SVT3 Pro, just because I use it all the time. I know how to use it. So a little pro tip, you can use this effects rack right here. Click this little effects rack button, and it's all just different impulse responses of different microphones and cabs. I think it actually just microphones, yeah. So my favorite microphone combination is like a 421 ribbon 409 sort of thing. I don't really care much for 57s on bass. So I'm going to go for a... Oh, MT play real cab, cool. I'm going to go for a ribbon 421. Nice deep bass. Now let's engage the EQ, bring down 80 a little bit. Just a tiny bit, and then the rest I'm actually just going to go into some multiband dynamics. I'm going to go into the Pro MB. I use it the most, and I'm going to take out this area just to even out the signal a little bit. Gonna make the release a little longer, the attack a little longer. Actually, I don't want those notes to jump out. I'm gonna bring the attack down a little more. And just in order to hear it a little better, I'm gonna add some saturation. I guess it's a little more high end. It's more just harmonics being built in. So let's go into Decapitator, classic saturator. That's pretty good. There we go. Cool, and then for the little lead section I've got right here, I'm just going to throw it directly into my my delay send, which is just an echo... Oh, I thought it was an echo boy. It's actually a Valhalla delay. Put that into ping pong mode. Super simple. I mean, drums, bass, 3 guitars, and you get something like this. Alright, where the fuck did the kick go? This Townhouse bus compressor is amazing. It adds a nice little distortion too, as well, that I really like. So for the attack time, I'm going to make it really short. I don't want the snare poking through. I kind of want the drum layer to be more like a bed that everything else sits on. It's very dreamy, it's very washed out, so I want it to be like a bed. I don't want anything to stick through it. So the attack being really short is going to help that out a lot. Like that. I don't want it to compress that much. I kind of want the release to be at 0 by the time the next snare hit comes in. Yeah, pretty damn close. Okay, yeah, I mean, honestly, really, really simple. I would have liked to use a real bass, but I don't have a bass with me right now. And the VST bass does sound good if you really work on it, really take your time with it. I just kind of press the humanize button, and it still worked pretty well. So, yeah, 3 guitars, a drum track, and some bass. Really, really simple. And you get a nice little dreamy bedroom pop-ish song. And as well, if you want to get a little more dreamier, a little more reverb in there, you don't want to make the drums messy. You don't want to add more reverb to the drums. You can instead add a reverb to the snare. I don't really mind. I mean, snare top, snare bottom, doesn't matter. I usually just choose the snare top, and I throw a plate reverb on there. There's your little reverb. Beautiful. So yeah, if you want the Amplitude 5 presets, they're in the description. Go ahead and download them. I hope you learned something. Hope you're able to take this and make it into something your own. I really, really love the Peripheral Vision album. Turnover is one of my favorite bands. That is one of my favorite albums. So I hope I did the best I could with what I had. All VST digital instruments. But yeah, I'm now opening up to do some more work with people. We're going to get a Discord set up just for artists to work one-on-one with me and get these video calls in and get work done more efficiently. I'm not sure if it'll be up by the time this video's up. If it is, it should be in the description. If not, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram to get all the notifications. And when that's out, feel free to join. We can work together, get some work done. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Bye.